collusion with the Russians in the 2016 election. As for the Kremlin, however, it said this: the Russian government interfered in the 2016 presidential election in sweeping and systematic fashion. But here's how President Trump described his talk with Putin on Friday about 2016 and about possible meddling in 2020. Take a look.
He actually sort of smiled when he said something to the effect that it started off as a mountain and it ended up being a mouse.
Did you ask him not to meddle in the next election?
We didn't discuss that. Really, we didn't discuss it.
Why doesn't the president get tough with Putin about what everyone seems to agree is clear, meddling in 2016 and the threat of meddling in 2020?
Chris, this administration has been tougher on Russia than any of its predecessor administrations. I could go through the list, but there's not time in the show to talk about all the things we've done. Our largest defense buildup, our new, I mean, the list is long, Chris. And so for you to suggest that somehow we haven't taken election interference seriously, we do. We continue to work on it. We continue to make sure that every election is as safe as it can possibly be. The Department of Homeland Security, the intelligence agencies, all working to not only ensure that 2018 was successful, we were, and that 2020 will continue to be successful. We take seriously the threat of election interference from every country, Russia included.
But I guess what I'm asking, and I take your point, because in terms of specific policies, the U.S. government...
So, Chris, I don't get your point.
Well,
I'm confused.
Well,
I'm confused.
Let me make it.
You're looking at the administration that has been tougher on Russia than any of its predecessors, and yet you continue to be fixated on something that Robert Mueller wrote down. I struggle with that.
I'm not fixated about Robert Mueller. I'm fixated on the president's conversation with Vladimir Putin, and the fact that in a conversation he doesn't even mention meddling in 2020. And the question I'm asking, I think it's a legitimate one, a lot of people are asking it, sir, is why not?
I talk to leaders all the time. We cover a broad range of subjects. Sometimes conversations just aren't long enough to include every issue that might be brought up. I'll let the White House talk to what the president actually said in the set of remarks, but no one should misunderstand from your question today. Your viewers should not be misled. This administration has taken seriously the threat of election interference and will continue to do so.
Yesterday, North Korea fired what it is calling short-range projectiles. But the question is, and let's put the